Alright folks, like always, when you're looking at anything on a test, that right there is telling you the approximate amount of time that you have. This is about a 90-second question. The fact that this is a calculation question and it's a 90-second question is telling you it's a calculation that you should know how to do off the top of your head. So, a student needed to make 500 centimeters cubed, that's volume, of a 0.25 mole per decimeter cubed solution, that's your concentration, sodium hydroxide, from the solid. Calculate the mass. Alright, so you should be able to do this very quickly when it comes time for the test, but if you don't know how to do this, anytime that you don't know exactly what to do, you should go to moles first, okay? You've got three basic mole calculations. The first one is moles is equal to mass divided by molar mass, and that will come into play in just a moment. The second one is moles is equal to concentration times volume. Obviously that's the one we're going to be using here immediately. And then the third one is moles is equal to number of particles divided by Avogadro's number. So the fact that you have a volume and you have a concentration, a volume and a concentration tells you you're going to be using this one first. Now remember, when you're actually doing calculations inside the test, you do not get any extra points for showing the units. However, if you don't show the units for yourself, sometimes you can mess up. For example, if you did this, and I'm going to put it in red because you should not do this. If you took 500 and you multiplied it by 0.2500, that is not going to do it for you. And the reason is the concentration is in moles per decimeter cubed, whereas the volume is in centimeters cubed. And those do not cancel out. Okay? So just for yourself, I suggest that you always use units. Now, this one right here, the volume should always be in decimeters cubed. So you should get to the point where you can simply look at that and say 500 is 500 centimeters cubed times 1 decimeter cubed divided by 1,000 centimeters cubed is equal to 0.5 decimeters cubed. So in other words, you should be able to just look at the 500 centimeters cubed and know it's 0.5. So 0.5 decimeters cubed, and remember it's times concentration times volume, so the concentration is 0.2500 moles per decimeters cubed, and then this is what allows you to know that you're correct because they cancel out. Alright, so 0.5 times 0.25 gives me 0.1250, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures there, 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures there, 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures there, and that's 0.1250 moles. Now, I needed the mass, right? So I've already used this one, okay? So I'm going to find this one. Well, if N is equal to M divided by molar mass, then mass is equal to moles times molar mass. And it's the molar mass of sodium hydroxide, right? So I'm going to go to my periodic table, which is here. Sodium, 22.99. Oxygen, 16.00. Hydrogen, 1.01. If you add all those together, then you will find that the molar mass of sodium hydroxide is 40.00 grams per mole if you add all the masses together. So then I'm going to have the mass is equal to the moles, 0.1250 moles, times 40.00 grams per mole. Those cancel out. I'm left with grams. I must be right. So 0.125 times 40 is going to give me 5. Now, you never know when significant figures are going to be used in the mark scheme, and you will never see the mark scheme of the test until it's far, far too late. So, remember we counted these up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They both have the same number of significant figures, so your answer should also have that many significant figures. You also never know when the unit is going to show up. Just to be on the safe side, when you get your answer, go ahead and put a circle around it so that the examiner knows that that's what you believe the answer is. Okay, now that took a lot longer than 90 seconds, obviously, because I was going through everything. You would simply do these calculations and write down the number. Now let's take a look at the mark scheme, see how we did. All right. Well, there is our volume in decimeters cubed. There is our concentration in moles per decimeters cubed. There is our molar mass. Do please note they do include the units. This right here, when they tell you they put this in brackets like that, is telling you that's not necessary for the mark. So if you were to have done the calculations and then written down 5.00, that would be your mark.